Greetings and welcome to Cosmic Crit, a Starfinder actual play podcast. I'm your resident android mechanic, Jabert! Thank you so much for joining us this week as we explore the wilds of Castrovel's mountainous jungle biomes. There's danger, there's adventure, there's mystery herein, and we can't wait to share it with you. Before we jump into the episode, we want to take a minute to thank you for listening and sharing the episode with your gaming groups, your friends, and your sundry loved ones, and for rating and reviewing on iTunes and or wherever you get your podcasts. Sharing and rating are the best ways you can ensure this podcast continues until the end of linear time. So if you're one of those super cool people who has done one or both of those, then thanks to you. Thank you. I sincerely appreciate it. If you have not shared and reviewed, please consider doing so right now while you're thinking about it. We still love you, but we will love you even more once you do both of those things. And we have spies in the internet who will tell us, and they will tell us who to love, and we will love you even more. One other thing while I'm here, folks, we are launching up the Cosmic Crit subreddit. Right now, we're reaching out to some folks who've emailed us in response to our mega fan talent search that we initiated over on Twitter a few days ago. We're emailing them to talk about them potentially moderating that sub. So by the time you're hearing this, that sub will be active, and you can reach it at www.reddit.com/r/Cosmic Crit. So stop by and say hi to us, and share your favorite moments from the podcast, or just tell us about the horrifying things that you saw in the drift. Well, that's about all I had for this intro. Make sure to hang around after the action for one of the most anticipated backstory crit bits to date. I think you're gonna really like it. But for now, I'm gonna kick it back over to Patrick for our latest and greatest episode of Cosmic Crit. Episode 22, Kaukariki-Tikki-Tavi.
Last time on Cosmic Crits.
We all become the brand new deputies.
Deputized.
The group investigates Solstarni's office and finds clues as to her whereabouts.
We go looking for a Solstarni at the Five Arches bar and find a smuggler instead.
Remy chooses to sip whiskey as his team is being brutalized by attackers.
Certainly everything was Knack's fault. More teeth! More teeth!
Magic Missile keeps Alindra from being sliced in half.
Looks like we're Ukulam bound.
Alindra came dangerously close to death, but did not die.
Alindra didn't even lose all her hit points.
Episode commencing in 3, 2, 1. Episode initiated.
They dug up the Ayudara 100 years ago, but didn't unlock its mysteries until now. The gates create a wormhole, allowing you to travel to the far ends of the universe. The Starfinder Society set up teams to go through these gates and study the civilizations they find on the other side. This is the story of Starfinder Group 1, or SG-1. My name is Patrick, and I'm your GM, your Gua'uld Master, and I'm joined by my 5 friends and members of the United States Air Force that I have the pleasure of introducing right now. To my left, the cockshore captain, ready to MacGyver his way out of any situation, Drew playing Nax Hizrak.
Chevron 1, locked.
To his left, the nerdy savant that can decipher an ancient alien computer, Jabert playing Andis 147.
Hey Patrick, how are you, man?
That actually happened in our game. Too. So, across the digital table, an expendable, unnamed extra who utters a Wilhelm scream, Miles playing Remy.
Good evening. I've seen half an episode of this show, so I've got nothing for you.
You're a monster. To his left, the blonde scientist warrior who looks for logical explanations in everything, Rebecca playing Alindra Valis.
Hello.
And to my right, the buff alien who's no longer infested with a parasite, Tyler playing Adros Veranis.
I'm getting PTSD from that.
Makes sense. It fits so well with referencing Stargate, if you guys didn't realize it.
Yeah.
And he's our Teal'c. And Ross is our teal. He's the big old the buff guy. Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey.
Pretty good.
Episode 22, locked and loaded. Got a good deal of adventuring ahead of you in the Starfinder world. You guys ready?
Yes, sir.
What happened last time on the show?
So last time we met a detective and basically got involved in a fight in the back alley of the bar, as we are wont to do.
Yeah, so Detective Laszlo set you on the case to look for Dr. Solstarny.
Yep.
And we looked through her office and found a bunch of stuff that led us to a bar that we then struggled to figure out what to do, and then got in a fight, kind of. And then definitely.
Yeah, not sure exactly who it was that attacked you, but they had some wicked-looking weapons, which some of you picked up, and some crazy magical power as well.
And they had a crazy tattoo.
Yeah, the lady had a
on
lot
them.
of teeth, right?
A lot of teeth. And the episode ended with you traveling to Turhula Point, stepping through the Stargate, the Elf Gate, the Ayudara, and instantaneously transporting to another continent. So that's where we find ourselves as you guys step through the Elf Gate. This magical energy swirls around you, and you're left in a world of darkness. Your eyes, open completely to try and find something here. You don't get a pinprick of light until you're suddenly just thrust through the gate on the other side, and the sun beats down on you and nearly blinds you as your dilated pupils just soak it in. It is hot, it is sticky, and you see sprawled before you a large encampment with this massive patch of green and purple jungle just beyond it. And this is Turhula Point. It's the end of a peninsula on the continent of Ukulam. Tall stretches of green and violent grass waves in the breeze before the trees that have these fronds of brilliant, almost neon green. Massive magenta plumes of fungus towers stand 20 feet tall, and they're scarred with bite marks and are wilting in the full sunlight here, just on the edge of the jungle. The base around you, it looks kind of like a military base with large permanent tents, some small utility buildings surrounded by a fence, patrolled by Lashuntans in green uniformed armor. And you know it as a decommissioned base, though, so where there were weapons depots and gun towers, there are now science labs and greenhouses. A collection of scientists, adventurers, and workers bustle about in the afternoon sun. And you guys are here now. What do you want to do?
Well, the first thing I think Remy does is kind of doubles over and vomits, and is just like, because he's still hungover from the previous encounter at the bar, but he's just like, oh, I hate instant travel.
You hate magical travel? It's not a good sign for your technomancer as he advances.
No. It's just that like teleportation makes him queasy.
Yes, and you were throwing back them whiskeys.
He was.
Five arches.
And the combination of the two just kind of throws him off balance for a second. And then he puts on his goggles to kind of dim the sunbeat a little bit.
It was approaching 7 o'clock, so it was already dark out by the time you guys left Kabarat, but the continent is many hours behind, so it's still afternoon here on Ukulam.
We were sent and told to look for a specific person on the other side, right? Doctor, whose name I forget.
Aloof. Yeah, a dark-skinned older human gentleman in khaki coveralls steps up to you as you exit the gate and introduces himself. He says, I am Dr. Aloof. I was told you were coming through just this morning, so I scraped together as many supplies as I could for you. Follow me.
I make a great first impression.
He hands you like a little hanky.
You go to wipe your mouth, and he's like, "No, that's for you to clean that up on the ground."
Yeah, we keep it really clean here.
It's like at scout camp. You leave it like you found it, so you got to pick everything up.
Yep.
All right, so let's follow this guy. I assume we're going to the encampment. I want to get away from Remy's vomit.
Let's move. Oh yeah, it's already attracted some flies that are like the size of quarters. They're just like supping it up.
And initiative rolls because we're now in combat. No, I'm just kidding.
Giant fly swarm. Miles, as you're wiping your mouth up, why don't you give me a perception check?
All right. 10.
Right. So as you guys are all being led across the encampment, you notice, Miles, just out of the corner of your eye, the last second, a small skiff vehicle. It's beat up, years old, caked in mud. You recognize it, though. On its side, it's got factory markings in large white and green letters that reads Quindar Industries. And you recognize it because it's an older model, but is one of the first craft you flew all by yourself in, like, sky races as a youth.
Oh, I think I naively kind of have a nostalgic feeling when I did that first.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But yeah, it looks like it looks like this vehicle might just be used for nearby travel. Doesn't look like it's got too much in it.
Are we just passing by, or are we standing around when I see that?
Yeah, you're passing by, so you don't have too much time to.
Okay, so I'll just take a mental note.
Yeah. Dr. Aloof leads you to his tent where he's got on a large table a number of supplies laid out, including some backpacks, tents, rations for, a couple weeks for everybody. There's also tons of clips of ammunition, a tattered suit of Lashunta Ringwear Mark II armor, a carbon steel curved blade, some antitoxins, some spray flesh, and a Mark II sticky bomb grenade. Now, in addition to stuff that you guys purchased, we talked off air and you just picked up some things here and there. Who's taken what of this stash?
What's the curved blade?
Carbon steel curved blade. It's I believe a weapon that a Dross can use, right?
Yeah, imagine I think there used to be a Japanese weapon called a dai katana, and it was a katana that was 1.5 times the normal length. So it's just a big curved, slightly curved blade. It's a two-handed weapon.
Yeah,
two-handed advanced melee weapon.
Gigantic machete, almost.
Yeah, so he would definitely take that and sheath it, check it out, sheath it, put it on his hip. So he is definitely armed to the teeth now with his flame doshko, artillery laser, curved blade, and tactical doshko.
Well, great. What about the armor? Does anybody want to use the armor?
Sorry, is that the Timp Weave or is that the
Lashunta Ringwear armor?
The Ringwear. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take that. I just realized last week that my exocortex gives me heavy armor proficiency too. So I'm excited to join Edris in the Cool Kids Club.
Of not getting hit very often.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the club I'm talking about.
It's kind of cute now because not only are you wearing heavy armor like me, you're wearing the exact same armor as me. So we're twinsing.
Twinsies! High five.
Well, I believe Adros, you bought that armor right back in episode 9 or 10 or somewhere around there. Or no, after the end of book 1. So yours is brand new, hardly a scratch, and this one that you've got, Andis, is beaten up and scratched and has definitely been used on multiple people, and one of them might have died in it.
It's just as good.
It's been patched up, but yeah, it provides the same armor. It's all great. So you guys take up your supplies. You can pack them in these backpacks. Dr. Al-Nuif says, when Master Mohali let me know what happened, I told her, I remember a large group coming through the gate 2 days ago. It was very large, many Lashuntans. There was at least 1 or 2 humans and a Shirin among them. They all look very dour, very serious, but I don't recall seeing Professor Solstarny. But it was so chaotic when they arrived, I could barely keep track of them before they left the camp.
Do you know which way they were headed?
So he takes you to another table, digital tabletop, and moves some papers and notes, some geological data out of the way, and it pops up with a holographic 3D terrain map of the continent, and the some of the notes from Halkoim's Dawn are represented here. So this 3D map pops up, and he says, "It seems from Halkoim's notes that you're heading here, deep in the heart of the jungle. The rangers can drive you up this path for about an hour or so, but from there on foot, making good time each day, the journey will take you 10 to 12 days. Mm-hmm. If you make your way west here through the lowlands and cut through the foothills of the Singing Range, that will be your fastest route, about 120 miles.
Patrick, I think there's something wrong with the map. Mine is in 2D.
I don't have that technology in Roll20.
Why can't you buy me a holographic computer monitor, Patrick?
Somebody donate this man some premium Roll20.
I was about to say I have the pro account. I don't have premium, so I don't have.
Holographic map.
Yeah, it's that thing at the toy store where you put your fingers in it and like the pins come out. Yeah.
No, I can't think of a single 3D headset. My brain just like went broke. Everyone put on your
Oculus Rift
VR goggles, and dive into the exciting world of a map. A relief map.
Oh my gosh.
Cool. Right, so
Does this path seem to match what we have expected based on our research of Hakuimzan's notes?
yeah, this looks like it was built off of a lot of the notes, and there's like a general idea of like where there might be some ruins in the jungle. The thing that you've gotten from his notes and maybe from talking to Dr. Ayla Beans is that the jungle, there might be some like magical elements to it, because they try and do a survey about once a year of the jungles in Ukulam, and it seems like things shift around and aren't in the same place every year, and they don't know what to attribute it to, and it's one of the reasons they want to keep it as this pristine, untouched terrain. And also, it's pretty dangerous to go in there. So Dr. Al-Nuif says, I have to ask, who are these people that took Dr. Solstarny? What is it you think that you all will find out there in the forest?
Oh, ruins of some ancient alien civilization that has far superior technology to anything that we know nowadays. Something like that.
No big.
Like every other first day.
But who or what took Solstarny, we don't quite know yet. I want to pull out my data pad and show him an image of the tattoo that we saw on the people that attacked us last week.
Sure.
And just to see if he recognizes what that is. Or does this look familiar at all?
So he looks it over. I rolled a culture check for Dr. Al-Nuif. He doesn't really, he looks very quizzically at it. He's like, I don't quite understand the significance of this, but it looks like a accretion disk to me, like what forms around a black hole.
And are there any creatures in this jungle that their mouths kind of just open up fully and nothing but teeth? Any that anything you've seen or get reports of from any of the research studies here?
I mean, we are entering a jungle.
I think all the animals have teeth.
I'm talking a lot of teeth and like an unhinged jaw that kind of goes back all the way.
Knack, you are aware that the bad lady with the unhinged jaw, that was mysticism, right? That was magic.
Well, this is a magical jungle. I don't know, man. I'm a realist.
he will tell you, like there are many beasts in this jungle. If you describe something with a bunch of teeth, he says, be wary of whiskered ringcrota. They are a dangerous species. Very toothy, dangerous bite.
I imagine there's many things with dangerous bites in the jungle. I'm just spitballing here.
Yeah.
Seen a nature documentary too.
Well, yeah, no, he says, well, whoever you are chasing after, they might be dangerous, but you cannot let the jungle lure you in with its beauty. 1 in 4 expeditions into Ukulam do not return. It is one of the most deadly places in the entire system.
Doctor, while we're in this area, is there anything that you would like us to bring back, or anything that we should look out for I don't know, scientific purposes?
He's a botanist, and he says if you're able to find a few samples, and he gives you like a whole of plants to bring back to him, he can provide you with a small stipend.
Ooh.
So
keep our eyes open.
Side quest.
Give him some of that herb.
Yeah, so can we take the stipend in advance, and then we'll see if we get the.
I don't think that's how the economics work.
Probably not how that's gonna work.
If 1 in 4 expeditions don't come back, or
he's like, yeah, if 1 in 4 how about you bring me back the samples first, and we'll talk then. I'll have them ready to transfer, but
I'll give you 10 credits if you come back at all.
You want to roll those dice? So yeah, he finally says, do you want to stay here overnight and head out at first light in the morning, or do you want us to travel you inland and you can set up camp in the jungle this evening?
We'll probably set up this evening.
Yeah, I'd like leaving right away.
The first 48 hours of Professor Solstarny's disappearance are the most important for us to figure out what's going on.
It's a 10-day journey, buddy.
Well, they're already 2 days. They're already 2 days ahead of us. So.
This means less traveling in the heat. So
Yes,
that will
also
be a good
that.
start.
So
Yeah.
can I ask a question? I'm a little confused about what we're doing here. So I understand that we're trying to look for Solstarni, but the original reason that we were coming to the jungle was to investigate this strange alien language, is it not?
Yeah, they're linking up.
Yes.
Okay, so we're after both, right?
Yeah,
Right.
It just wasn't mentioned. so-
Solstarni is I think the one who had the notes and information that we were looking
And
Yeah.
for.
And it looks like
does-
this disappearance is linked to what we're looking for anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it does seem like if she had printed off all of Halquim Zon's notes, you only found about 5% of them in those 5 pages, Knack, that you found in her office. So somebody has a lot of her material, has ostensibly her somewhere, and the only place that those pages point to is this far off, distant site of ruins in the jungle.
Can I ask the professor? Can I show him these pages and some of the other notes that we have, just to see if there are any other insights that he can provide as someone who's been in the ground here for a while?
Yeah. So do you want to do that as you get? He'll take you out there.
Yeah.
On.
If he's in the car with us, we'll have plenty of time to talk about that.
But yeah, they actually fire up this skiff that Miles Remy was looking at earlier, and it's a hover vehicle, so it doesn't damage the jungle too much. Just kind of rustles the leaves it passes over, and there's a driver from the base itself, Lashant in this kind of green drab armor, and he and Dr. Alnoif will travel you. About 40 miles or so inland along what looks like a path cut in the forest. As you guys are traveling, Dr. Alnoif will be looking over those notes. So, following this path west into the heart of the Ukulam, you do get into an area where the forest kind of envelops the path here. And all kinds of sounds and smells hit you all at once as you get in there. The main thing is the smell of spores taking root. It seems like maybe a week or so after most of these things have blossomed and given off their spores, and they're digging into the wet soil. And from the east, the wind brings just a few fresh blasts of air from the western sea, and the sounds of creatures in the distance in the forest. Alnoif turns back to you as you guys are heading inland and says, "These notes from Dr. Alabians look quite accurate, as he more than likely told you, a bit of a novice in Halquim Zon's expeditions. It seems like you are on the right path. I have marked some locations. You might find some of those flora samples if you want to get those clippings for me. No pressure."
No pressure. Get out of here.
We will keep our eyes out for it.
Right. One of the first things you notice even as the sun is about to start setting here is it is very hot and sticky in this jungle, and that's going to be a problem traveling in the day during direct heat for about half the day. You all lose stamina as the temperature, readouts in your suits, read 93 degrees Fahrenheit and up, or 35 degrees Celsius up, and just how much damage you take from this depends on your fortitude, because we're going to make some fortitude saves off air because there's a lot of them, and it'll affect how much you lose just from traveling. And as you guys are traveling through this jungle, how often you need to take a break, drink some water, get hydrated again, and use up those very important RP as you use your resolve points up. So in game terms, traveling in heat in your armor, every hour you have to make a DC 15 fortitude check. So hard.
My man.
And we add 1 to that every subsequent hour. So by the time 4 p.m. rolls around in the afternoon, it has turned into a DC 23 fortitude check. So I made you guys roll 8, I think, and towards the end of the day, you're just going to fail the saves. So that's about time you want to start resting up and relaxing. Now, Adros and Andis, you guys are both wearing heavy armor, which gives you a -4 penalty to these checks, but Tyler, you said you had a feat that.
Yeah, so the very first level, character creation, I had Idris take the toughness feat. And so the toughness feat gives me basically a +4 bonus to certain things, certain environmental hazards, including extreme hot and cold. So that's kind of nice.
Awesome. So the other thing that you can do with your armor, at the beginning of each day, I'll ask you if you want to skip out on these checks, because each of your pieces of armor have environmental controls, which last for a number of days equal to your armor's level. So basically it means just turning on the AC in your suit, and you don't have to make these checks. So if there's a particular day you want to do that on, I'll ask you at the beginning of every day, and just opt on out. You don't have to do it for this day. You guys are kind of a little hot by the time you get to some place where you can set up camp for the night. But the next day I'll ask. Every hour that you fail one of these fortitude saves, you just take some non-lethal, heat damage, 1d4 points of heat damage. One thing you can do, does anybody have points in the skill survival?
Idris does. He has 4 points in survival.
Oh, you got a +4, you mean?
Yeah. I have a rank in it, which gives me a +4.
Gotcha. So Tyler, at the beginning of each day, you can make a survival check to kind of make sure that you're monitoring people's vital statistics, making sure they are doing hydrations as you walk. And for every one you beat the DC 15 check by, you can give a bonus to players for that day.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So after you guys arrive, Dr. Aloof kind of waves you goodbye, and you find just a small clearing as the light fades near a creek. A small clearing near a creek in which to make camp. So let's talk about watches. As you guys go to sleep, it takes 8 hours to restore stamina and heal. You don't really have too much to heal up right now. So the minimum you need before you start making some sleep deprivation rolls is 6 hours. But if you want to divide up most nights into enough shifts where you can all get a good night's sleep, there'll be 3 shifts of 4 hours each, and you need at least one person on each watch. So whenever you get 8 hours, you restore your stamina fully, hit points equal to your level, and all your RP back. And it's pretty unadvisable to travel in the nighttime because, 1, a lot of predators at night. 2, not everyone here has dark vision, so it'll be like a quarter speed, your movement in the nighttime.
That's actually a good question, because if we are going to split up into different watches, we should probably make sure that somebody who has dark vision is part of every watch. Knack has dark vision. Who else has dark vision?
Remy.
Andis.
Right. So
that's 3 right there. Yeah.
Who wants
Edros? But it's only with I only have dark vision through my armor.
Gotcha.
Oh, so everybody but Alindra has dark vision.
Pretty much.
All right. So who wants to take first watch?
Remy will.
All right. And second?
Knack will.
Andis will be up with Knack.
Okay, so that would mean that Dross would have to be third watch.
Yep, that's fine.
And what about Alindra? Who do you want to be on watch with? We got Remy and Ed Dross by themselves. Pick Remy, please.
Remy?
Don't let Remy be by himself.
I'll stick with Remy.
All right. Not going to kill Remy this day.
I was going to suggest Edris, because Edris, I don't know what his perception is, but I think we're all going to get jumped on the third watch.
Well, I can tell you guys
though. So
my perception is I get a +3, and 2 of that +2 comes from the orbiting blue stone on my face. So
cool.
I can tell you guys at any given point in the jungle, the distance where you can spot creatures is 2d8 times 10 feet. So,
oh heavens!
Sometimes they can and will be 20 feet away from you, and you will not be able to see them.
Yeah,
should have invested in some
just fun Ukulam stuff.
Should have invested in some thermal goggles or night vision. something.
That's
Why don't we
Remy's
just
thing.
burn the jungle down.
Right, so the first night goes by completely quietly, besides the sound of fungal plants puffing their spores into the night sky, maybe a few creatures howling in the distance towards the stars. You all get a good night's sleep, and I believe everyone is at full hit points, full stamina. Yay!
Yay.
Yes.
Great. So, as you guys wake up the next day and set off adventuring still west now into the foothills of the Singing Range of mountains, you will need to make survival checks to stay on track. Tyler, you said you have survival?
Mm-hmm.
Now, for this is going to be navigating the jungle by looking at, the most recent satellite imagery that you got from Dr. Aloof, matching it to Zahn's notes, and looking at some of the notes that you got from Dr. Solstarny and Dr. Elabians. For this, I will allow 2 people, if anyone wants to roll along with Tyler, to aid in that, reading those notes. But this survival check is going to be yours, Edros.
Okay. I will go ahead and within this survival check, can we also apply it to looking out for this guy's botany samples while we're going?
That is actually, as we get to them, I'll let you guys roll some life science to see if you can, identify the plants.
Yeah, because he said he'll mark them out on the map.
Ew, life science. I want it to be survival. Okay, I'll roll my first survival.
I want to let everybody have success
15.
at some skills.
15 on for my survival.
Okay.
Is assisting?
So we need 2 people to assist in order to get your bearings for this first day. So first 2 rolls.
Oh, no.
Do you got anything in survival, Remy?
No.
Okay, so you just barely squeak by because we had one person aid. Knack, you helped them, read through the maps and get your bearing. But you also, for every day, are going to get a +2 bonus to these checks because you were able to navigate the university and get Dr. Elabian's help.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes,
Yeah.
pretty useful because you would have failed that by 1 if you did not have that.
Glad we talked to that big dumb brain. Golly.
So yeah, basically you get to, go full speed this day. I should ask now, Tyler, do you want to make a survival check to see if you can help cool people off during the day?
Sure, I will go ahead and do that. Although, man, I wish I had put more points in this skill. Here we go. Another 15.
Right, it's a DC 15, so everyone's going to get that +2 bonus. Now I should ask, does anyone today want to use their environmental protections in their suits?
What do we have to beat for the first one?
Every hour it is DC 15 fortitude save, and then it's +1 for every hour after 12 hours.
Now, can we choose after a certain hour that we want to put the suit back on or turn our power on?
You can, but it's only going to last, I think you can only last it in like half-day increments.
Gotcha.
The battery is still going to wear down on you.
I'm going to stupidly not turn it on.
Same.
Okay, just tell me if you want to turn it on, anyone. I think we're all good. As you guys are heading overland, you have to maybe take a break or 2 during the day and, reposition yourself, coordinate on the map. But you make really good time, and it doesn't matter what everyone think you rolled because nothing happens this first day. You get a good, 11 miles under your belt before you have to make camp again. So
not bad.
All good then. And that same night, it still seems like maybe this edge of the jungle not very dangerous because nothing happens the second night that you guys are in the jungle.
Oh, this isn't good.
All right, so on the second day, do you want to give me a couple survival checks, Tyler? The first will be for reading that map.
Boy, howdy, Edris is wishing he was paying more attention in school for survival days.
So I will assist every time then.
I don't think... No, do you have a rank in survival, Drew?
I don't, but I have +3.
Okay.
So
all right, so you should probably always aid.
yes, that's what I'm saying.
But to roll it's only going to be Tyler.
yeah.
So go ahead, Tyler, roll me that survival. Hey.
18.
18, that's all you need. Bingo, bango. 18, you are all set. Go ahead and give me one to see if you can give a bonus to everyone in their beating the heat of the jungle.
I'm going to get all my good rolls out of the way, and then we're going to get into combat. It's just going to be ones and twos.
There's no combat in this. Don't worry about it, you're fine. Right, so 18, 14 on the dice. You are able to give bonuses to everyone, and as you guys are adventuring on this day, you get to a wide plains of grasslands cutting through the tree line. The massive blades here stand up to 8 feet tall in places and can hide a number of creatures, but in the distance, very far away, you see a large number of behemoth beasts with long necks, 6 legs, green and gray, moving through the sea of grass like slow ships. Dozens of these massive horned animals gratuitously graze along the grainy grassland. Why doesn't...
Yeah.
We both started making that joke at the same time. Yeah.
That was amazing, you guys.
Jurassic Park, if you guys didn't get that. Yeah, this is the scene. Why doesn't anyone that's got life science go ahead and give me a life science check, see if you can figure out what these beasties are?
All right.
Yep, that's a 9.
Ooh, and it's not too sure.
19 plus 8.
Oh, 8 for life science? Woohoo!
Yep.
Oh, for some reason I thought Alindra would have this. Alindra, do you have life science?
No, I have physical science.
Oh, you're all about the stars.
I got a 27.
So, yeah, you've definitely read about these massive creatures, Remy. They are Yaruk, a gargantuan herbivore pack animal that is found only here really on Ukulam, that often travels in small family circles, and they are generally very docile creatures, though if they sense danger, they do become formidable foes, trampling and using a sonic roar blast that knocks their attackers back. And you can hear their vocalizations, hundreds and hundreds of feet away where you guys are now, and it's said that you can hear them miles away as they trumpet, to one another, calling to each other in the forest. Kind of like giant pachyderms, basically. Maybe like a big old elephant you don't want to mess with.
Yeah, so I relay the message that they're generally gentle creatures. Don't startle them, or they can be pretty dangerous.
Edris puts away his steak knife and fork. Oh, they're very cute. Yeah.
Yeah. So they got these horns, 6 legs, big old tail.
Are there any notes in any of the things that we have collected about these to aid us in getting past them without startling them?
Looking at the map, Knack,
wide one.
It seems that it's a pretty wide valley that they're in. But if you were try to travel around them, it would take an extra day, add a day to your journey. Yeah, moving between them will slow you down, maybe for an hour or so. But so long as you can give them a wide berth and don't eat them, they won't attack.
Yeah, if we don't bug them, we should be fine. So just be careful, but you don't have to worry too much.
Right.
Yep. No sudden movements, no blaster fire.
Is it
mosey on by?
Would a stealth check aid in avoiding these guys and letting them not notice us?
Yeah, and we'll get to that when you guys get closer. We are going to do stealth in this general way, a little bit different. Whoever's got the highest stealth, I'm going to let you lead the pack through the grass, and we're going to use your stealth check because everyone's going to be following behind you.
Where are we on being able to ride them?
Very far away, as far as since ride is a survival check. Very far.
We might startle them, so let's not do that.
At this point, I will say, before you head out, it's about halfway through the day, and if no one's used their environmental suits, some of you have taken stamina point damage. I'll read it out as we go down. Alindra, today you've taken 9 points of heat damage, and so has Knack. Then everyone else has taken a lesser amount of that. If you want to take 10 minutes, use an RP, and rest up now, you can.
Okay. When you say less, how much have I taken?
Let's see. Remy, you've taken 5 points.
5 points? Okay, I'm okay right now.
How much have I taken?
3.
Okay.
And draw 6. less than 9.
I'm okay for right now.
Alindra?
I'm going to take a resolve point.
Okay.
Fuck up.
Like I said, you're taking the rest now, so you guys have time if you want. But if you don't want, then you just got a little bit of stamina damage. It's not bad at all.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna use one just in case.
I am too.
Right. So who is going to lead the party into the grasslands? Who has the best stealth? Stealth is a skill.
Knack has a +9 to stealth.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's probably it.
Knack, you are going to ferret your way through these grasses.
Oh,
I swear, if you
Lord.
roll a 1, Knack, I swear.
I'm so nervous about this right now. This is
Yeah, just give me a roll.
nerve-wracking.
Oh, there we go.
It's a 19 on the die, so a 28 stealth.
So sad. I was looking for a 30, but you'll get it eventually. No, you are able to get past the vast majority of the herd without getting within 60 feet of them. This is a massively wide valley, and they're very easy to detect. But why isn't everyone giving me a perception check?
Okey-dokey.
Ooh, boy.
Perceptive little beavers.
Good. Edros rolled a 2. We're getting those bad rolls out, Tyler. Yay. Drew, you are able to stop just short. You realize you have stumbled upon one of these. You are about 10 feet away from it, just on the other side of this rock. And it seems to be like laying down in the grass, so like you couldn't even see it and not making a lot of noise. Give me another stealth check real quick if you would like to circumvent this very small encounter here.
16. 7 on the die.
Right, so you get a little bonus because there's a very large rock sticking out of the grass here that you can just walk right around, and it doesn't even seem to notice you. You're like, you can literally see it through like some of the grass in front of you. But yeah, you cut through the grass, and you can hear. I've got a whole scenario here for when you upset the creature. And Edros has to step up and be like, "Easy, girl, easy." Don't get to do that anymore.
I brought some oats for you to munch on. Yes.
You know what dinosaurs love? Oats.
We'll have to listen to Edras Pratt to.
Listen, my life science is not very good, so he probably would have about some just generic food and be like, "This will work." Yes.
He's like, don't worry, I brought Pop-Tarts.
Yes, I brought your favorite kind, strawberry. Yes, I know how much you like that, girl.
Chocolate is poisonous to dogs, but is it to alien monsters?
Right. So as you clear the majority of the herd, you hear, just one or two ahead of you, like very far away, but you're all in the clear as far as the massive, like 20 or 30 of them in the middle of the grasslands go. And the grass ahead of you seems to have already been grazed by the creatures, so it's all shorn down to a few feet. So you can, almost everyone here, maybe not Knack, can see above it. And
Edris, let me get on your shoulders.
I was about to say.
But you all have very good vision here, so why don't everyone give me a perception check? Awesome. Okay, so
Wasting all my good rolls on these perceptions.
it looks like, Alindra rolled a 25, Remy a 23. Both of you, as you stretch your legs after squatting and getting through these leaves. Far in the distance, you see in the tree line behind you, up in the hills, just a flash of light, and you immediately hear one of these beasts cry out in distress and pain, screaming to the heavens in these huge vocalizations. And then almost everyone else here hears a moment later to the east the crack of a rifle resonating through the jungle. And a few of the Yurex assemble around what looks like an injured one, a smaller injured one, and the rest begin running away, their massive feet shaking the ground around you. And they are all, about 20 of them, coming your direction. So we're in combat right now.
Oh, run away!
But yeah, I will tell you right now, you might be able to take on a single Yurex. It will kill you if you fight all the Yurex. They have a stampede ability, and that is what's happening right now. So this isn't going to be a traditional combat. It's going to be a chase scene.
We are about to get Mufasa'd if we do not roll well enough. So
yeah, don't be Mufasa.
Right, we're going to have to bring back the Lion King episode titles.
So in this chase scene, to escape this horde of stampeding Yurex, you got to survive, number one. Step one. Step two, you have to succeed at a number of maneuvers to escape and retreat from the massive horde. For this game, it's pretty rough. There's 5 of you. You have to get 15 successes as a team before you escape the danger of the horde.
Oh my god.
So we're just using a series of like skill checks, or
It's skill checks. There are abilities if you want to shoehorn them into a skill check instead. So for your actions each round, you can activate abilities. You can try and distract the horde running behind you. You can try and hide from them, navigate the terrain, scramble, just like run away. Try to squeeze through some trees and run away from them, or try and spook the massive beasts.
Patrick and the players take a brief 20-minute break to finally read all the rules about this next encounter. Surely with that much time there will be no confusion about how this chase scene plays out. Returning to the action in 3, 2, 1.
All right, so this massive horde of Yurex are coming behind you guys, and you don't even have to talk to each other. All of you just know in your mind you have to run or you are going to die right now. Full stop, period. We rolled initiative before we started playing tonight, and that's going to be in the order that you guys do your special maneuvers to try and run away from these guys. But at the start of every turn, they are going to do a special attack, and I'm going to let's let Andis. Can you roll a d8 for me, sir?
no.
See what happens.
8.
Right, the maximum one. So,
no.
whether due to the shifting terrain or the creature's hive mind, the pack acts in this odd fashion, and instead of moving all in one direction, they break up erratically, and they send all of your plans this turn into disarray. So you have a -2 skill checks this turn.
Oh god.
The first person that started this turn to do an action is Andis. Andis 147.
Man, this has been a great run for Cosmic Crit. I hope you guys join us next week when we introduce 5 new characters. It's going to be awesome.
Right, I'm doing a homebrew, and Patrick's gonna play, and Patrick has to play as Skittermander. Let's see. Stealth is a 2. Okay, that's not great. Acrobatics is a 3.
Lots of stuff you can do. Yeah, and there's a little negative penalty on them.
Yeah, there's so I've got so out of all of these, my very best one is a +1 in acrobatics.
Okay, do you want to roll that for me?
And all of my abilities are all like technological, so that's not ideal.
I feel you, buddy.
Unless I don't know, Patrick, you can tell me about this. I could throw up a barricade and maybe try to slow them down a little bit.
So they will not, because you can do that. You see them walk on full-grown trees and not stop at all.
Got it. So like the fragile cover I'd be creating, like
you gather up a small pile of sand, you sandbag up. Believe it or not, it doesn't do anything.
Okay.
So Brontosaurus.
Okay, so then let me. I'm gonna go for an acrobatics check and just hope for a 20.
Do it.
All right.
Oh,
19 -2. No.
Oh no! Why the -2?
Because they're behaving erratically.
Yep. This turn you got a -4 to skill checks. That brings us to Knack, second.
Wait, -4?
I thought it said -2.
I'm sorry, I've revealed it on the map at the bottom here. 6 to 8, sudden shift. During this phase, each PC takes a -4 penalty on any skill check used to perform the same action. The same action used during the previous turn. Okay, sorry. Let me read that again. So this turn, it is. I'm going to say it is not going to have any effect because this is the first turn, and this -4 penalty will not apply.
So my 19 acrobatics.
Acrobatics to squeeze. So your PC slips between a whole bunch of trees, making a shortcut, and you are able to outrun a bunch of Yurex this turn, thus gaining a success for your team. Yes.
Woo, yes.
Wow.
man.
Starting with a success is pretty intense. Knack, what do you got? Are you gonna show up to the game
Yeah, so
with a success?
I'm going to attempt to hide, which is a stealth check, and that is going to be a 13.
Awkward. So you roll the 4. That's not going to do it. Remy, what do you have?
Oh no.
I am going to also try to hide.
Okay.
That's 9 plus 5, so 14, which is, I think, 1 off.
Alindra!
Oh, no. Oh.
Okay, so I'm going to roll athletics to scramble.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh.
Nice.
Alindra is great at this jungle thing.
Natural 20.
It's like she was born here.
Yeah. So that's another success for your guys' team as she just beast modes it and starts, leapfrogging over, downed logs and rocks.
Alindra's from here. She spent her youth riding these things, doing like jumping drills and all sorts of crazy.
Remy and Mac are trying to hide behind rocks, and you see her Tarzan swing on a vine past you guys. Follow me!
I turned to Nax like, I've never hated her more.
Edros, your turn.
Edros is going to shout out, "Well, wait for me! Hold on!" He's going to try and use athletics to keep up with Alindra. And 22.
Nice.
Oh, not as... I do not keep up as well as she does. She's still kicking my butt, but
That's
I'm running.
Yeah, so end of turn 1, the Yurex are still beating feet behind you. It sounds like thunder and lightning across the plains. You got 3 successes. That's amazing.
Oh.
And at start of turn 2, Knack, why don't you roll me Drew a d8 to see what happens?
Oh, dude, this is crazy. I'm really nervous.
8 again.
All right, so if you guys want to do the same thing, if you can change things up this round. But now, this round, they shift in such a way that everyone gets a -4 penalty to the skill check that you used the previous turn.
Okay.
So if you want to do the same thing, you're taking a -4 penalty.
Gotcha.
All right, so Andis, top of the turn order. What do you want to do?
All right, this time I'm going to do an athletics check. I see Edris and Alindra having
wanna
all
be
this
the cool
success.
kids?
I want to be with the cool kids club. I want to show them I can hang. Okay, here we go. And he hang.
Two on the dice.
So that's a 4. That's a 4 altogether.
Let me check the chart here. No, that is a failure. Knack, what do you got?
Okay, I am going to attempt to do an acrobatics check for the squeeze. Oh, it's a 10. Oh,
I can
I
see
felt
it
a
wanting to
19.
be that 19. Yeah.
It really
it's
wanted
so
to.
Close.
Failure, Remy, your turn.
I too am going to try to squeeze. I get a +3 acrobatics.
Nice.
Natural.
So a total of 4.
Oh boy. Alindra, what do you have?
Okay, I am actually going to use Psychokinetic Hand to pick up that big log that I just jumped over and throw it past the
Boy.
things.
And try and do what?
To distract them.
Okay, so you use it. Go ahead and roll a d20 for me. See if you can use a special ability. All right, so you've rolled a nat 10 for distract. That is going to be a pass. It is only a DC 14, either bluff or intimidate. And with this, you give successful check. You take a -2 penalty to your AC. Oh, Alindra's taking one for the team. So
do we get a +2 on our next roll?
next turn, you get a +2 bonus to your armor class and saving throws.
Thank you, Alindra.
Nice.
And they smash that log as you throw it, but a few of them are coming your direction. That takes us to Edros at the end of the turn order here.
This is stupid, but could I use a smoke grenade to maybe give myself a bonus on a hide for a stealth check?
I'll allow it. You have smoke grenades?
Yes, I do. I bought some before we left.
Oh, jeez. Okay, yeah, go for it.
Okay, I will expend one smoke grenade and try and roll my stealth. Believe it or not very good at stealth. This is just going to be a straight D20 roll.
Yep.
Hey,
16!
Yes, so that is enough. The DC for that is 15. Doesn't earn you any successes, but you receive another +2 circumstance bonus to your AC and saves against these guys.
Yeah.
You're running through the smoke. They kind of give it a wide berth. They don't want to run through there. They don't know what it can be. And that's the end of turn 2. Why doesn't Remy, you give me a D8 roll.
All right.
8 again!
God.
Oh my god.
All right, so same thing. Now you get a -4 to any skill you did on the previous turn. And Andis, what do you want to do?
I'm back to acrobatics. I realized I'm not that great at athletics. I'm going to squeeze. It was a 14 on the die, plus 3 is 17. It's still not good.
Yep, unfortunately, not a success.
Yep.
And that brings us to Knack.
I'm going to once again attempt to hide with a stealth check.
Go for it.
22.
Pass. Yes, +2 to AC next round.
Boom!
Remy.
I'm going to do the same. +5 is 20.
Success!
Yes!
You're hiding as well. Alindra.
Mac and Remy are
Give me
hugging
that.
each other, hiding behind a rock.
Alendra's gonna scramble again.
Alrighty.
Oh my
God.
Come on!
19 on the die.
Just call me Lara Croft.
That's 4 successes. It draws.
So I draw seeing Alindra is way off in the distance. It's just it's like, all right, never gonna see her again. As I'm exiting my smoke grenade, I want to pull off my artillery laser and just like full attack action blast it backwards and to do a spook. So an intimidate check. But
Right.
if I can make a ranged attack on them, and if I get if I hit them or do any damage, I get a certain amount of bonuses. So
Go ahead and roll that attack roll for me. See if you can Rambo your way out of this jungle.
yeah, I might just try that. Not yeah. Come on! Oh, no.
Your shot goes wide. doesn't
it.
even hit their giant hide.
So no bonus here, but I still get to roll an intimidate check. So here's the intimidate check coming in at a 23, baby.
Nice.
it is enough the laser rifle blasting by one of their heads to spook them, and you get another success.
How many successes
That's 5
is that so
successes
far?
that round.
That's 5. You're a third of the way through the stampede. That is turn 3, and on to turn 4. Alindra, Rebecca, why don't you roll a d8 for us? I swear to God, if you roll a 8.
Got
Yes.
Oh no! It's a
5. The worst one.
Oh no.
No.
Several of these creatures converge
Oh,
on
no.
one of you guys. And Alindra, I'm going to let you roll the d10 to see who's the lucky Pierre here. Oh, of course it's Andis.
No!
Hiding in the back, not able to do anything.
I'm not hiding. I'm running. Help me, help.
Okay, go ahead. This is gonna suck so bad, Andis. I apologize. Go ahead and roll a d4 for me.
Right? 1.
Right. Okay.
The suspense right now is murdering me.
This is
One of the creatures comes by and just like as it's running, lets out a massive bellow that shatters trees nearby you.
Uh-huh.
It goes "Bwong," and it trumpets in your direction. The trees around you splinter and snap, and I need you to make a fortitude save.
Oh, that's not my best one.
Come on, Andis.
But
You're a
doesn't
construct,
does he get any bonuses from the pre? Oh no!
Oh.
It doesn't matter. We've rolled a 1 on the dice. That unlucky 1.
Yep.
So normally this bellow would affect multiple people because it's a huge cone, but this guy has got the Andis narrowed. That is 7 points of damage, sonic damage, and you take a -2 to your skill checks during this phase.
Alrighty.
No. No.
Okay, wait, no. We're not done. We need to roll a D3 because you get another one of these.
So 3.
You hear a creaking and groaning, and from the side in the forest, one of the creatures ahead of you smashes through the tree line, sending a massive old growth tree falling on your head. I need you to make a reflex save for me.
Oh my God!
All of us.
Please end this.
So
This is all Andis action.
Oh, no.
So is this but a +2 to my reflex save?
Did you
Okay.
hide the previous round?
No, Alindra distracted.
That was the
That was 2 rounds ago.
previous round. That
Yeah.
bonus be gone.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay,
Yep.
well, here we go.
Oh no.
That's a 9.
Oh no.
So you, in addition, so you're hit by this tree. It knocks you down. You fall down a little bit of a hill. You take a -1 to a few checks during this phase: acrobatics, athletics, and survival. You also take a lot of damage.
Wow. 2d6 plus 6.
11 points of damage.
All right, that's all my stamina.
Yep, so that's what I said. This is a dangerous one. And we're in the top of turn 4?
6.
4? I forget. Anyway, it is Andis, your turn.
Okay, so the two real options that I had here were acrobatics and athletics, and I'm unfortunately taking a -3 to all of them. Which means best case scenario, if I roll a 20, I can advance here.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Well, not a lot of options.
Not a whole lot going on here.
Luckily, we'll be dealing with Andis 148 in a couple of episodes.
Yeah, no, it'll be a pile of bolts and like screws and stuff that you'd carry around in a plastic box. And you say like, "What do you think, Andis?" And you just jingle it around. And he's like, he agrees.
Oh my god.
All right, that's not going to be a success on acrobatics.
Acrobatics of 11 is a failure. Knack! You see your friend Andis getting barraged by multiple Yurex in this stampede. What do you want to do?
Andis, get it together, man. We can do this. We just gotta keep moving. Inspiring boost. Here's 9 stamina. Don't get killed.
Knack
9?
picks you up. Yeah, 9.
Nice.
Dusts you off and you run off together into the sunset. Remy.
Remy is going to hide.
Roll it. Failure.
14, yeah.
Right. Lindra.
So I'm going to do another athletics check to scramble. This time I got a 15.
Ooh, that is not enough. Edros.
All right, Edros is going to continue firing backwards and with the artillery laser. So first, here comes a shot for an attack roll of not enough, I don't think. 14. Nope. Man, at least I'm throwing away these bad rolls. So let's try and intimidate though. Maybe I'll get something here. Oh, so close. Oof. 18. Just barely not enough.
Yeah, unfortunately, not enough. All right. Ooh, rough turn. On to, I believe, turn 5. Edros, why don't you go ahead and roll me a D8?
5.
Oh, no.
no.
Excellent. All right. Very important. Tyler, roll me a D10. Tell me who you hate most on the podcast.
Don't do it.
1 through 2 is Rebecca. 3 through 4, Andis. 5 through 6, Knack. 7 through 8, Remy. And 9 through 10, you've given yourself a little bit of fun.
Oh my gosh. Not a 3 or 4. Not a 3 or 4. Not a 3 or 4. It's a 2. It's a 2.
All right.
No.
Alindra. Rebecca, go ahead and roll me a D4.
Everyone's favorite character.
Right.
Cut down at her prime.
A Yurex to your side, Alindra, smashes through a tree, raining down shards of wood. Please make a reflex save.
15.
This is normally one that affects everyone, but because we rolled up the gang up, it only affects you. 15, you're going to take half damage. Only 4 points of damage as these rain down on you. You're like batting them away. Go ahead and roll me a d6. And another Yurex from your opposite side topples a tree in front of you. Make a reflex save to dodge out of the way.
14.
Oh, 14, exactly what you needed. Right, so you've just made the reflex save and take no damage. Wow, that's an important reflex save. What do you want to do on this turn, Andis?
Since my skill checks are back, I'm going to try another acrobatics.
You guys need put some W's on the board.
Oh. 14.
Ooh, not enough. Not enough. Knack.
Once again, gonna try to hide.
Oh my, please help us with some successes.
That is a failure on high.
Oh my god, you guys.
Remy.
Also going to try to hide.
Oh my god!
plus 5. Oh, yeah, plus 5. That's 16. That's a success.
Yes!
Plus 2 for Remy.
It means nothing for us.
Alindra.
I'm gonna keep trying to athletics check through this place.
So selfless.
I got a 19.
Hey, is that good?
On a scramble, that is a success.
Nice.
Success number 6. Edros, what do you got?
That's only success number 6. Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, well, maybe you should roll something besides high.
Yeah, right.
well, last time-
don't complain when we get trampled by these things to death.
Hey, I'm sorry. The last round I rolled an inspiring boost to heal Anders to
didn't
keep her dialing.
The party's falling apart. Okay, so I'm obviously the laser's not doing anything for these guys. I'm gonna try and catch up to Alindra by running.
Ooh, boy.
So I will roll athletics as well. Boom for 19. That's a success.
That is number 7.
We're almost halfway there.
We're halfway there.
If anybody's keeping count at home, Alindra's contributed 3 successes. I think I've contributed 3 successes.
All right,
Candace
calm down.
1.
Stop tooting your own horn. I almost died laughing just now. I think I had a mini stroke. I'm not joking.
I've had 2 successes, Tyler.
No, I think it's important that we pause and explain that hide does not count toward our 15 successes. So you have to navigate, scramble, spook, or squeeze if you want to count toward our 15. The end. Okay, let's go.
You guys have read these rules, right? Everyone is reading the same thing in rules and questions on Discord that I am.
Yeah, it's right there.
This does not earn any successes. Never mind.
All right, turn 6. We're back to Andis. Why don't you roll me that D8, Jabert?
All right.
It's a 2. Hey, it's one that we haven't gotten before. So,
Yeah.
let's see how bad this can be. Smash! One of the beasts gets neck and neck with you and slams its head into your body, smashing you against nearby rocks.
No.
Well, this is a randomly chosen PC, so you get to roll it, Jabert, and see who this affects.
All right. Oh no.
That's a 2, so that is Alindra again.
Oh.
And I'm not gonna lie, it gets a +3 to hit, so I think this automatically,
Oh, no.
that's a hit.
Oh, is it?
What?
What's your armor
15?
class?
14?
Yeah, that's a hit.
14.
So it does 14 points of damage, just buffeting you against the rocks. Whew. Andis, what do you want to do on this turn?
I'm going to do another acrobatics. Try to squeeze. Not it. 13.
Knack, what you got?
I'm also going to do an acrobatics check. 16, not enough.
Oh, so close. Remy,
I guess I'm gonna try to do an acrobatics check.
you guys are all trying to squeeze through the path set.
19 plus 3.
Yay!
That is a
22.
more than halfway there. Alindra.
I'm gonna scramble through the jungle, and I failed.
Oh no, you're just so knocked off balance by this last Yurex attack. Edros, what do you got?
I'm gonna just keep running. It's my best shot here.
Scrambling away.
Yep, scrambling away. Another athletics check and a 24.
I saw the 1 almost roll up.
Yeah.
That is a success. You guys, doing well. All right, back to Knack. Give me a D8 roll to see what horrors happen on this turn.
Oh god, this.
So we've rolled everything so far, and you guys, 5 is the worst.
2.
All right, so go ahead and roll me a D10. See who gets attacked by another body check as a Yurex slams into you.
Hey,
Edros. Okay.
There's a chance at least they can
Chance.
miss here.
I do not.
Nope.
It slams,
Good job.
slams right on into you for another 14 points of damage. Now, Andis, what do you got on this turn?
Sorry, buddy.
I got the same thing I've had every other turn. Acrobatics. Away. 11. Not gonna cut it.
Knack.
I'm going to do acrobatics as well. 18! Come on!
So close. So close. Why don't Remy, you get a success this round.
I will try.
Get another one, buddy.
Oh, 2 in a row. Oh.
Not gonna happen.
Nope.
And Alindra.
You know, scramble. 25.
Man.
Man.
Boom. Dang. Man.
Are we at 10? Are we in double digits now?
Yeah. Yes.
By my count.
2/3 of the way there. Edros, can you keep up the pace?
Alindra, first one to escape, gets 10 credits.
Oh boy.
Another athletics. Oh, fail. 12.
Those credits are as good as yours, Alindra.
Transfer now. All right, start of turn 8. Miles, why don't you roll a d8 for me? See what these massive stampeding beasts do.
All right.
1.
A 1.
Oh, they bellow. So why don't you go ahead and actually, I'm gonna roll and see who randomly. Yeah, it attacks 3 of you. No, D3 of you guys. So 2 of you. So that is looking like Andis and Knack. One of these bellows at you guys. I need you both to make a fortitude save for this round.
That's a 13.
20.
Oh, good job, Knack.
So Knack half damage. Unfortunately, that is not enough. Andis. Ooh, no. So this is 2d6 sonic damage. It bellows in your direction for 8 points of damage. That's 4 for you, Knack. And you, Knack, you do not get this penalty, but Andis, a -2 to skill checks. What do you want to do on this turn, Andis?
I'm going to roll acrobatics.
Yeah. No. Knack.
I'm also,
This thing screamed in your ear.
I'm also going to roll acrobatics.
So close. We'll go through and we'll announce these successes. Remy.
I will also roll acrobatics.
Guys are just squeezing and scrambling away.
Plus 3, that's 20.
Yes!
Oh,
nice! Yes! Nice!
Success number 11. Alindra.
I'm gonna keep on athleticsing. 13 and I
Ooh,
failed.
6 on the dice.
I have a chance to catch up. As I will roll my own athletics check.
Ooh,
Is that enough? 18, yes!
18!
That one was almost there.
Just barely. All right, so start of 9. Alindra. Rebecca, go ahead and roll me a d8.
2.
That is another body check. Roll me a d10.
Please.
9.
No!
Only Tyler.
Oh, roll low, Patrick. Yes!
Hey!
Yes!
He misses you. Yeah. So this thing goes swinging through, trying to, trample you underfoot. Misses. Oh boy. All right. I feel it. I feel you guys are lucky now. Andis, what do you got?
I've got another acrobatics check in my pocket for you. It's a 4.
Drew.
Knack is going to do an intimidate check for a 2 on the die 10.
Ramy.
All right, acrobatics time. A 2. Plus 3, it's a 5.
Just for people at home, we've rolled 3 2s in a row.
I
That's
blame
not
roll
an
20 for
indication.
this.
I hope
Rebecca,
to break
what
the
you got?
streak. Oh, and that's a success.
Oh,
19.
hey! 19. Awesome. We're so close.
For scramble, yeah.
I gotta catch up.
How many is that so far?
Oh no, 17!
Ooh. You need one more success. And Tyler failed all of you.
Oh no.
And it's important now, Tyler, you get to roll what effect happens in the stampede with a D8.
5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5.
Oh boy. Several Yurex gang up on a randomly rolled PC. Please make me a D10 roll to see who you're gonna kill.
If you kill me, Tyler, I'm gonna be so mad.
Wait.
Hold on. He rolled
Stop the podcast. Tyler's an idiot.
What did I do?
It's supposed to be D8.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I rolled a D10.
All right.
Okay,
Tyler, roll me a D8.
5, 5, 5.
Why do you want the 5?
Because of this, Patrick, you have to keep in when he rolled the wrong die.
Roll a D10 for me, Tyler.
Alright, here we go. It's me, baby! It's all Andros!
Oh boy, I'm gonna roll these.
You're a moron.
Oh, bring it on, baby!
A tree falls immediately, nearly crashing on top of you. Please make me a reflex save.
Oh, I will.
I will, and I'll make it and negate all of this. Here we go. Reflex save. Boom. Damn it. I missed it by 1. Oh no, guys.
Oh, that is 15 points of damage. Bludgeoning damage. You take a -1 to basically all the checks that you can make this turn.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Oh, and also, one of them bellows directly at you. I need you to make a fortitude save.
Oh, I'm good at that. I think I have a good chance here. 19.
Yeah. So only half damage here.
Okay.
Screams right in your face. You take 3 points of damage, but you also got another negative. No, it negates the penalty, so you only take half damage. You're fine.
Okay, so just 3 points. Okay.
And as you're nearly clear of the herd, there's only a few more chasing in your direction. One more success. What you got?
I've got acrobatics. Show me natural
20, baby!
Shaboom, shabam. And we are out of combat.
Oh!
Well done,
You guys found so many little hideouts in the jungle and escaped the entire herd. Oh,
Oh, holy moly.
If only
I think I'm about ready for that 10-minute rest now.
if only Neck and Remy had figured out that stealth checks didn't count towards the successes earlier on in the fight.
I was wondering why they were so mad at us.
Yeah. Right?
I apologize. I should have provided you guys with all the notes on the skill check.
I
should have.
It's almost like you did, but you didn't at the same time because
It's almost like he did and you didn't read it.
It's almost like we took a 10-minute break. I gave you the rules, and you skipped the one.
It's almost like I just read the numbers and not the
and not only
the
that, but we
effects.
talked about this. We talked about it. Like, you really have no excuse.
I might have been in the
but
bathroom when y'all
It's
talked
over.
about
I was in the bathroom.
behind us.
You guys get
Okay,
800
let's
XP for escaping the Yurex.
Yay!
Awesome. So are you guys resting up, taking a 10-minute break?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. Very
Awesome.
And I've transferred 10 credits to your account, Alindra.
Sweet.
Oh boy.
So I lost. I don't know about you guys. Maybe a little HP check here. I lost 7 HP from that.
Oof.
All my stamina, and 7 HP.
Yeah, I got taken down to 0 stamina, then Knack bumped me back up, and I ended up losing all but 1 stamina point. So.
For the record, what time of day is it? And are we sleeping overnight at this point?
It's about halfway through the day, so you still got some ways to travel.
Okay.
So you guys continue traveling for the rest of the afternoon, the rest of the day. Take a little bit, more stamina damage, but you are able to find camp before you dip into any negative points here. I think it's only like, oh boy, everyone takes 3 more because I rolled super low on these D4. 3 more stamina damage, but you guys are able to rest up. The night goes completely uneventful, and the next day we're back to survival checks. Ed Ross, make me a survival check to see if you guys can keep your bearings.
I still feel very winded from that encounter. All right. That was a very fun encounter. That was I really enjoyed that.
That was neat.
I like that it's one that you could just completely skip in this AP. You're like, no, I would just walk around the Yurex.
Yeah, that'd be very boring. I'm glad we went.
This would have been
Okay,
a short episode.
All right, survival check. It's not good. 12.
But I can assist, right?
And one other person can assist. Yes.
I'll help you out.
No. And 14.
So everyone has a +2 to these bonuses as you're checking over the map. So that is 2 assists. And with Adros, you actually got a 14. That is just enough. An 18 to stay on track, not lose any time. You just lose time if you mess up one of these. By the way.
Yeah.
Right. So does anyone want to use your environmental protections today? Does anybody want to... Oh, Adros, do you want to make another survival check? See boost to people?
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to be 6.
Yeah,
Don't
not
think
today.
anybody.
Yeah, you're still so you're winded from taking damage the previous day. You heal up,
So this is day 3?
3 points a dross overnight. This is indeed a thrice.
I'm going to use my suit today.
Yeah, I think I'm going to turn mine on as well.
All right. So on this day, about halfway through the day, Alindra, the heat is getting to you. I think you take the most stamina damage about midday and take 11 points of of just non-lethal, the heat getting to you. At that point, Andis and Remy are fine in their environmental suits. Knack, you've taken 9 points of non-lethal, and I draw 6 points. Do you guys want to use RP? Want to get your stamina back?
I'm going to use a resolve point to get my stamina back.
Same.
Okay.
Yeah, Edris will as well.
Okay, and towards the end of this day, you see just poking out of the trees ahead of you, almost in the last few hours of light, a stone obelisk, the top of a stone structure. And you remembered that there is this journal entry in Hakuim Zon's expedition notes that mentioned something like that. Does anybody want to pull that up? Read it?
Yeah. Knack has made copies of all this stuff.
Right.
A dramatic spire barely rising above the tree line was the first of our great landmarks. Each side of it was once engraved with untold wisdom, but only the sheltered runes near the base have survived the ages. The plants here grow thicker as if feeding upon some gifts left by the ancient elves, the sacrifices of flesh and blood, no doubt.
Right, so as you guys are approaching this kind of like a waypoint in the notes and along your expedition, give me a perception check. Yes, and get out all your good rolls now, if you don't mind.
Yes, of course.
Please roll terrible. Yay.
So, Alindra, what catches your eye is amongst the ancient stone pathways here, it looks like most of them have been completely covered in moss or knocked upright or aside by large tree roots. So this is definitely an ancient area. The trees, making it pretty difficult to see ahead in the terrain, but you can tell there's like stone underneath a lot of the hills here, underneath moss, and there's lots of little nooks and crannies alongside this down tree. In the treetop above you, what you see though is a fruit that you remember seeing in markets when you were a young child here on Castrovel. It's an orange fruit, and it's got brilliant blue stripes down its side, kind of like watermelon stripes. Why don't you make me, anyone that has a life science, make me a roll. You can actually make this one, Alindra, because it's a little home field advantage. You don't remember what they're called. a 6, not going to be enough.
It's like if you saw
16.
It's like if you saw a banana,
All right.
but you didn't remember what a banana was called.
All right, so 16 plus 8.
I would say, so Remy, you know what it is. I would say it's more like breadfruit or something. It's like, I've seen that before, but what? This is a very rare fruit on the rest of the continents. But Remy, just from botany class, these are the rare and very tart Relierian figs, and is one of the items that Dr. El-Nuif said to keep a lookout for. They are edible, and you see a number of them have fallen from the trees, so you can just pick them up.
Guys, go ahead and grab some samples. This is one of the plants on the list, and they also make for a tasty treat.
Very tart. They're like super sour.
Did they give us any bonuses to anything that we're going to need in an episode or so?
True, you know what I'm about to say, don't you?
Knack does not eat one.
Make sense motive on the snacks.
Sense motive on the snacks!
It's the dumbest reoccurring joke that comes up way too often. Yeah, you sniff them over. They smell pretty good. As you guys are gathering these up, you hear sounds in the tree branches shifting or rustling all around you, and over a dozen small reddish creatures with wispy white fur surround you, scampering through the branches with small webbed arms that let them fly for a short distance. They let out a very particular call as they surround you and start pounding the tree trunks where they stand. Knack, you recall reading a few days ago in Hakuim-zan's notes, these are what he called dingbats. And you realize that, these are, you've read about them before. They push forward a number of smaller of these creatures, and they fly down towards you. I need everyone to make an initiative roll, which we did before the game started. All right, we are in combat as these things rush down towards you. Some of them land on the ground around you. Some of them flying in your direction. They don't get a surprise round, but first, at the top of the turn order, is Alindra. You see these things coming in your direction.
So are they above my head, or are they where they are in the map? Like, can I go toward them?
You can. A few of them are swooping down, but you can still, slice them. They're only about 5 feet above the ground right now, and some of them have landed.
Okay. All right, well, I'm going to move toward this guy right here.
Mhm.
And use my ruler weapon on it. And I'm also photon attuned.
All right. Make an attack roll.
Yeah, that's 17 to attack.
That is a hit. These are very small creatures. Wow, yes. Hit. And for how much damage?
For 9, but +1 because of photon attunement, so 10 damage.
10. All right. Yeah, it's not looking too good. Oh boy, yeah, you slice into it with your laser sword, and that takes us to Dross's turn.
All right. So it looks like we have 2 of these guys on our right, 2 on our left. Alindra's already gone over to the guys on the right, so I'm going to go over to the one of the ones on the left.
You're so silly. You have missed the alpha that has flown in from the north.
The
There are
giant
5 of
one.
these creatures.
The giant one on the map.
I'm a fool. So I'll go over to one of the ones on the left, and I will take out my new curved blade and give that a shot. And I've never attacked these. I don't think I've ever seen these things before, so I'm going to be safe and just do a single attack for now.
Well, you moved, so you will.
Yeah, well, I always, I don't know, I'm forgetting the rules. Anyway, here we
I
go.
guarantee you'll make a single attack.
24.
Oh, boy. 24, that's a hit. Oh, boy.
And
Another
minimum damage.
Minimum damage roll. Right, so you slash into this thing. It drops to the ground and, clutches at its chest where you've cut it and lets out a right in your face. Next in the turn order. Boy.
Can I quickly consult any of the notes we have that might talk about these creatures and some of their weaknesses or some of the ways to communicate with them?
I'm going to give you a bonus on this so you can make it even unskilled. Make me a life science check. Because I remember in the previous episode, were the one that actually read this note.
Not quite enough.
Or on the dice. That is not enough. Yeah. You know what he knew, which is they fly, they bite, they have some venom to them. You're not sure what, but...
I'm going to shoot the one with that Alindra was attacking with my azimuth laser pistol.
All right, so not getting them first.
I probably should have done that, but I didn't think I counted as a move if I looked into what they were before.
Nope, but it is still a hit. 11 is still a hit.
Oh, nice.
For 3 points of damage, and... He's still up, but he's this one is near dead that Alindra's fighting. They move in on their turn, and they're gonna make some attacks. The big one goes up to Andis, of course, and 2 each on Edros and Alindra. And they come in and go for the jugular. They try to bite you. I'm gonna roll against Edros. First, what is your KAC, Edros?
22.
It's so high! All right, one of them misses completely. The other pierces down and does a whopping 3 points of damage. Oh, but you gotta make me that fortitude save.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Let's see how this goes. I mean, fortitude is my foitoire, so hopefully I will pass this no problem.
Fortitude is your fort.
I say that, but oh gosh, I rolled a 6.
Oh no.
Together.
DC on these are Kaukariki, these stingbats. DC 11.
Oh, does that...
Save right against him. Andis, this one's going to attack you. It doesn't even understand what exactly you are. It goes up. That's you. I've rolled the one on the dice. We're going to move on with the game. Alindra. 2 of them come up to bite at you, and it looks like they both hit. So in total, they do 11 points of damage, tearing at your skin and injecting you with this venom. I need you, Rebecca, to make me 2 fortitude saves.
There's 1, 2, 16 failed.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, really high on that first one. A natural 1 is fail. You immediately feel yourself weakened and your muscles just slowing down. This is a dexterity type of poison. So the dexterity poison track, you immediately become sluggish. -2 penalty to reflex saves, dex-based ability checks, attack rolls, and skill checks. As in addition to that, you gain the condition flat-footed, which is just a negative to your armor class, and you cannot take reactions. reaction attacks. That is the Kaukariki-Tikki-Tavi's turn, and Remy, it's your turn.
All right. Remy is going to take aim at the alpha.
The one that Andis is fighting.
Yes.
That's a hit.
Oh, nice.
Armor class EAC of 11. I believe we found out.
8 and
All right.
5.
8 points of damage. Alrighty. So, and that brings us to the bottom with Andis 147. Jabert, you got this one right in front of you.
Yeah, I'm going to take a 5-foot step back, quick draw my laser rifle, and take a shot. It's almost on that 20, but that's going to be 13 to hit.
That's a hit.
With 8 damage.
For 8? Okay. Ooh, yeah, he's not doing too well. Still in the fight. Alindra, slowed down by this poison. I need you now to, on your turn, to make me another fortitude save.
I think I failed.
A 1 the previous turn, 2 this turn. Yeah, you go down on the track again. Yikes. Stiffened, and you lose your dex bonus to your armor class and can't take reactions. Well, that's not that bad. That's 0 is your dex bonus. And you already couldn't take reactions because of flat-footed, so. But I should say the dexterity poison track, it goes sluggish, stiffened, staggered, immobilized, and then dead. So you should probably save against this poison pretty soon.
Do my best. Thanks for the advice.
Pretty soon. Rebecca, what do you want to do for your action?
I am going to attack the one to the east of me because that's the one I attacked before, right?
Yep, the one that's already been damaged.
Yep. And that's a 14 to attack.
Okay, unfortunately, wait, do you have... It's a -2 to your attack rolls.
Right.
So that is a 12. And against KAC, yeah, this thing, it just poisoned you, and it is able to jump out of the way of your attack this turn. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Let's see here. Edros, your turn.
All right. Seeing that he hit one of these guys pretty easily, I will do a full attack. First attack against the one who I've already damaged, and then if that one goes down, I'll attack the other one that's trying to hit me from the side.
Gotcha.
So first swing with the curve blade. Let's do a 19.
That's a hit.
-4. That's a -4, so 15.
Still a hit.
Nice. Cool. 16 points of damage.
Very much dead.
Okay.
Yes! Several shades of dead.
Ooh, I like your shades. Okay, second attack on the one that I haven't damaged yet. 17 -4 makes it a 13.
Ooh, that's a hit.
Yes! 12 points of damage to that person.
Yeah, these guys hurt, but they take a lot of damage. Or they can't take that much, rather. That brings us to Knack. Your turn.
I would like to get him on the one that Alindra has been attacking that hasn't been downed yet.
Okay. And
I would like to shoot it with my azimuth laser pistol.
Gotcha.
Which is an 8 to hit.
That is a miss, sir. Even with your +1, get him. Oh boy, what do you roll? 3. Ooh, that's not gonna do it.
I'm very depressed about this roll.
On their turn, yeah, they're going to move in, flank around Alindra, keep attacking her. They both hit for 9 points of damage. Right, so that one has already injected you with venom. That brings us Andis. This one's going to attack you as well.
That's another natural 1, baby.
He doesn't understand. He's like
petting me. He's petting me. I'm his friend. We're friends now.
He bites your gun. He's so confused. He doesn't know what real life is. This one's the one that you've almost cut in half. It draws his seek vengeance, and it does. Ooh. It hits for 3 points of damage. Make me a fortitude save. This one didn't hit you before.
Please. 20. No problem.
Nice.
Yes.
And that goes to Remy. Remy, your turn. You see Alindra in trouble.
Yeah, I'm going to cast magic missile at the one that hasn't been hit.
Ooh.
The one above her.
Rolling a gambit. All right. I like it.
I think it's a good call.
All right. So that's 5, 8, and 10.
All right, so it is still up, but it is taken more than half of its damage. It's not looking good from your magic missile attack. Andis, 147, your turn.
All right, I'm gonna take a guarded step next to Alindra, and I'm going to try to treat her poison as a standard action.
Oh boy, with your kit?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I have a medical kit, so I'm just gonna like pop out like a syringe of something and just like stick her with it.
We
be like, hope this works.
we
So
have
what-
antitoxins, don't we?
So that's a 14 on the check. So if that beats the DC of the
Which it
poison-
does.
It does? Okay, so then Alindra gets a +4 to her fortitude save.
Yes.
Ooh, that is perfect timing because guess whose turn it is? Alindra, your turn. Roll me that
Right.
fort save.
Here we go. So 19.
Heyo, that's a
Yes.
success.
Didn't even need it.
Didn't even need it, but oh boy, that would have been good. Good to have. Okay, and what do you want to do on your turn?
Wait, so what does that mean? I go backwards on the track?
I think you go backwards one, but you have saved against it and will not be taking, not going down the track anymore.
Okay, great. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to attack the guy below me again.
Mhm.
This
Yes,
other
which
weapon.
has get him on it as well.
Perfect. So that's a 15 to attack then.
Oh, that is a hit.
Yes.
Sweet.
Ooh.
And 14 damage.
And the one that you've been attacking.
15 actually, because I've got photon.
Oh, it's super dead.
Yes.
Sweet.
It's insane amounts of dead. Awesome. Why don't we go on to Edros?
Adros is going to take 2 big swings at the last remaining spider monkey looking thing that is attacking him. So first swing, 16,
That is a hit.
13 points of damage.
It's very dead. I don't know if you guys have
Sweet.
gathered the general sense of what's going on here. Knack, your turn.
I would like to point to the alpha that hasn't done much and get it. That looks like the guy that's in charge.
What? Me? No, I'm cool.
And then I would like to send Lindra an inspiring boost. Here's an examiner. Don't get killed.
I believe, yeah, you do both of those things. On their turn, yeah, this one that is just crawling all over you and is trying to find a way into your armor gives up and runs away. Everyone make a perception check. Pew. Yeah, Andis, you're the one that sees it. You feel its sticky fingers pick a healing serum off your body, and it runs for the trees. Alindra, this other one runs as well. It doesn't take anything. Andis, you see it take your healing serum and run up a tree and hide it in a hollow, and then just the troop kind of scampers away. You hear them screeching at one another, and they move probably like 100 feet away from you. You can kind of tell they're still in the area screeching, but it seems you've beaten them back. We are out of combat.
Hooray!
How far up the tree is that hollow?
Maybe 15, 20 feet. Like a little acrobatics to climb up it.
Oof, boy. Yeah, I mean, I can attempt to try and climb up the tree. Well, I mean, no. You know what? Nah. I'm not a very.
No, that was mine. I spent my money on that. I'm gonna go get that thing.
Okay, go for it.
He's got jetpacks.
Yeah, I'm using my jet boots. I'm gonna jump up real quick and just like grab the tree and just reach my hands in there.
Can you hover with jump jets?
No, but I can jump with them.
Do they just provide a bonus?
No, I mean you can fly 30 feet for a round.
Well, I'll allow you to do this, but you still need to make an athletics or acrobatics check to hold on to the branch where this
Okay.
hollow is.
All right, let's see what I can do.
A little easier.
12.
Yeah, so you look like Pooh trying to get at that honey, but you're able to throw an arm over the branch and throw your hand in, and you pull out not only your healing serum, but 3 Mark II serums of healing
Yes!
in black metallic casing.
Oh, yes!
That's
Oh,
awesome.
man.
Yeah, they look like military grade.
Good work,
Mark
Andis.
That's awesome. Yeah, hooray! The sandwich ever portfolio pays off for the hungry investor.
Right. So as you approach, you guys can continue on with path here. The obelisk, as you turn the corner around the trees, it stands before you, a massive 15-foot base of solid stone, cross-cut with an X-shaped pattern as it rises into the canopy above, giving purchase along the way to climbing vines, a lot of spore-producing fungi, mosses, incandescent fuchsia bromeliads, which another thing on Dr. El-Nuif's list, and these large drooping violet blossoms. Why doesn't everyone give me a willpower save?
Oh, that's what I was expecting. Oh, no. Oh, Edris has a 17.
Solid. Alindra and Knack, though, 10? Oof. So Alindra and Knack, both of you beat feet and run almost to the base of this tower, this giant stone tower. You're inexorably drawn closer to it, as if something magical, mystical is happening here. Not even looking where you're going, just stumbling along the path.
Are they okay?
I wouldn't get too close to that thing, guys. Probably not wise.
Is there any way that Remy can make a mysticism check to see if there's a spell going on?
There's not enough time for that, because as soon as they get close to the tower, Knack and Alindra make a fortitude save. No, that's your good one.
Alindra's favorite. Hey.
Right, so you guys are not paralyzed, but emerging from the undergrowth here is a massive creature. Very large plant thing, a plume of spores blasting in your face. So this creature emerges from the base of the tower. It looks like a massive moving hill full of moss, and it's got these large drooping violet flowers on it, and just a couple mouths of, like Venus flytrap like teeth. At the top of the turn order, it seems, just luring you in, Knack. You kind of snap out of it, though, as you see it emerge. Knack, it is your turn. What do you want to do? You are right next to this thing.
What the prunk? Get it!
That's going to be helpful here. Not going to lie. Do you want to move back? Do you want to take a standard action?
I'm going to try to use my new Inferno knife, which is a knife that also, on a critical, has a fire element to it. So
you took it from Twonus in.
Yes, fingers crossed this will do something. Oh, natural 20! Oh, yes!
Oh, boy. Pushing on through.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, you take this thing, as you stab it, its fuel injectors explode, and fire goes everywhere on this beast. Wow, that is a critical. So you actually, in addition, you get double damage as well, right? Understand how criticals work? Okay, so roll the damage again. You rolled a 5 on the burn.
So do I need to do a d6 for critical? For the burn damage?
No. The burn damage is its own thing. Jeez Louise. Talk about Babe Ruth in a combat roll. Well, it doesn't seem to take any more or less damage, but what are we rocking here? 11 points of damage? Jeez, putting it up on the board first. Okay, Alindra, you're next.
All right, I am going to use my solar weapon on this thing, and I am also going toward Photon Attunement. That's a 25 to attack.
God, that's another hit. Yes!
And that's actually 14 damage because of my photon.
Oh, right, yeah. Both of you like back to back right in front of this thing. And just doing all kinds of fire damage to it. It looks nearly cut in half by these two attacks.
Yes!
It doesn't take any more damage from flame or fire, but still not doing good. And it's still not its turn. It tried to bring you in on its turn. It's Andis's turn.
All right, so Andis is gonna step up like this, and they're doing that. They're gonna pull.
So you're rushing up to this thing.
Well, kind of. I'm going to approach to this point, and as I'm going, I'm pulling out my incendiary grenade.
Oh, geez, okay.
And I'm going to target kind of... this is
like the back of it?
Yeah, the back of it. So
yeah, back where the obelisk is.
Yeah, the incendiary grenade has a 5-foot range, so let's see if I can hit it.
I'm not going to make a comment about how we're in like a nature preserve and we're about to burn it down.
Well,
Everyone do flame damage on your turn.
well, then
Bring out
everyone,
your flame Dochko.
then nature should stop attacking us.
Fair point.
All right.
That is that's a hit exactly where you want it to. So it needs to make its reflex save.
Let's see how plants do on reflex.
Not great. I've rolled an 8. It has a +6 bonus, so it has made. Wait, is your reflex? Is it 13?
Oh no, I haven't updated this since I leveled up. So yeah, this would be actually a 14. So I think it still makes it.
Yeah. So half damage. So it only takes a couple points, but boy, that's still hurting. All right, it is its turn. It looks at you guys, and oh boy, I've got 2 people that did a whole bunch of damage. Whoa, Knack, obviously the most dangerous of customers. It's gonna try and bite your head off. Right, so that is a hit. 14 on the dice. It does. Oh, not too much. 11 points of damage. It chomps down on you, trying to pull you into its massive plant-like mouth. Serrated, sharpened teeth like bone. That's all it's got, though. It's only wanted to do that one attack and eat you. Dross, it's your turn.
Oh my gosh. I hope I can live up to the damage that they have put out, but I'm going to rush in as well, side by side with Alindra, and I've already got the curved blade out, so that's what we're going to stick with.
Okay. I have a theme going here of everyone doing fire damage, but yeah, go ahead and break that.
Don't you have a flame Dochko?
Yeah, he does, but he doesn't want to play with us.
Sorry, but when I hear my GM says this thing doesn't take any additional damage from fire, then I go, okay, not going to use fire.
I don't believe him.
But it's just fun thematic. Go ahead and roll me that attack.
All right. 18.
19 with get him.
19 with get him.
That is a hit.
Yes!
12 points of damage to you.
Alrighty, it is really not doing great. Remy, bottom of the order.
He's just looking at the thing and cast magic missile.
Booyah!
Just gonna
So
finish
that's,
it off.
5, 9, 12.
It had exactly 12 hit points left. We're gonna combat.
Prunk you plant monster. Yes!
Seriously, I can't believe we did the exact amount of damage in one turn.
That's amazing.
Shortest combat. Maybe in the history of the show.
Man, this thing just got ripped apart.
Prunk, yes.
Right, so after the fight, it is almost nighttime. You realize it's going to take some time to investigate this obelisk because there are like vines grown all over the base of it, but you can see through some of them. There's some maybe ancient runes carved into the stone here. Do you guys want to make camp here?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we should take some time to study this a little bit more.
Yeah, you can take a look around. So as you're setting about going on first watch, Remy, as you settle down, Wick on your arm perks up and says,
Remy, this is impossible, but I have access to infosphere protocols. We are receiving a transmission.
All right, play it.
it is a voice recording only. It is a digital voice, not a real voice, but like almost like a computer's voice you hear through Wick's speaker, and it's not one you've heard in many years. It says, I
hacked a satellite. I will only have short transmissions. Remy, it is I, Kantari. I picked up some transmissions from Absalom. I needed to find you and tell you.
To be continued. Next week on Cosmic Crits.
That's fun.
Oh, hey guys, I got you a present. You want to know what it is?
What's that?
What?
Level 4, everyone.
Already?
I wanted to rush through some of these fights because you were close.
That's
Oh, yes! Dude, this is huge!
So we're gonna have a big show next week as we get up to level 4. You are 50 XP, I believe, over level 4.
Yes!
Little excitement for as we continue our Ukulam expedition. Maybe you level up survival. Who knows?
I might put a
see.
few points in survival. I might.
Yes!
But you guys got some homework to do before next week. and we'll figure out what's going on with this obelisk. But until then, thank you everyone for playing with me. And I'll say good night, everybody.
Good night,
everybody.
Crit bit commencing in 3, 2, 1. Crit bit initiated.
All right, so we have been getting some inquiries about the backgrounds of our characters. So I'm really excited to share Remy's backstory as I originally wrote it. When Quinn Industries and Dar Enterprises Inc. merged in a multi-billion cred deal that took nearly a decade to complete, the paperwork required an arranged marriage between Ramino Quinn, the prodigal son, and DeAndre Dar, the socialite heiress. What started as a political union quickly blossomed into an honest, loving relationship, and the product that those two produced was Remy Quinn Dar, the scion of the Quinn Dar conglomerate. Remy was raised in the high towers of Versailles, in the tranquility of the regulated zone of the tidally locked planet. Trained by the best AI teachers money could buy, the boy was privately schooled and sheltered from the extremes outside his home. A piloting prodigy, his parents thought the excitement of learning to fly would keep the boy's rambunctious nature quelled. Though when the stars emerged through the constant twilight, a young Remy felt their call to him, as each one contained a piece of his soul he sought to collect. When Remy was a young man, while still being groomed to take over the conglomerate, he spent his free time combing the infosphere and taking secret lessons from an online persona he knew only as Kendori. By day, he practiced business and played at caring about ship racing. Meanwhile, his mentor taught him the way of technomancer. While his parents may have attempted to shelter him, there was nowhere he couldn't go when the world was quite literally at his fingertips. Young, idealistic, and full of naivete, he accidentally uncovered a deadly secret. Through various backdoors on the company's server, Remy discovered that Quinn Dar Conglomerate was funding an illegal research colony outside the Pact World jurisdiction. Given the secret nature of the colony, it was never officially on the map. Unfortunately, the process his family's company put into place failed horribly, resulting in an accident that wiped out the entire colony. Hundreds of families, thousands of people died. All removed from record as if they never existed. The entire colony scorched by Quinn Dar, leaving no trace behind. Remy tried to alert investigative reporters in the Versailles media, but his family had eyes and ears in most facets of the Ring of Nations. As a result, the articles were censored and the reporters killed for good measure. Every attempt he made to leak the information to the right people resulted in their mysterious deaths until Remy decided to take matters into his own hands. Hacking into every media feed, he created a pirate signal airing every shred of evidence, indicting not only his family, but the elite, among them some of Versailles' most influential politicians in this atrocity. Remy foolhardily blasted the information on the sphere in a vid recording with his face. Exiled by his family, a hefty bounty was then placed on his head on Versailles that follows him to this day. Remy knew he would have to flee Versailles. He exhaustively erased any and all records of Remy Quinn Dar, forged a new ID with only his first name, and left Versailles behind him. Or so he thought at the time. Cut from the wealth of his now former life, Remy began to take work as a data broker, making drift runs in a small ship, teaching himself the ins and outs of working black and gray markets. He found freedom in the loss of his name and status, and became an invaluable source to the undergrounds and less savory sorts across the galaxy. Though he found himself dealing with smugglers and pirates quite frequently, Remy felt little care about the petty, less-than-legal activities many of them committed. To him, most of these sorts were merely regular folk getting by, thumbing their nose at authority, a fact that tickled him greatly. An up-and-coming smuggler, a human named Lyanna Givon, who more than once provided Remy help in a tight spot, became a regular partner of his. Their partnership, while business at first, quickly grew into something more. As they grew close, Remy felt his focus on exposing corporate lies and interstellar espionage become clouded, and he turned his attention more to matters of the heart. Lena harbored a secret of her own. She was one of the few deep undercover agents peppered throughout the galaxy by his family's people, who still tirelessly thirsted for retribution. She waited until there was absolute certainty that Remy was indeed the wanted Remy Quindar. Regardless of how she might actually feel about him, she had a mission, and she would carry it to completion. Her bin time paid off when Remy shared in confidence who he truly was. Before the story's final sentence was completed, she was upon him, laser pistol to his temple. The Quindar conglomerate would like a word with you, she said. You're coming with me. Preferably alive, but they weren't particularly picky on how your body ended up back on Versailles. Through sheer luck and a quick bit of thinking, Remy managed to escape, ditching his own ship and disappearing into the ether. He took smaller jobs from there, keeping his head down, working alone, and doing side jobs for the Starfinders. Remy refused to call the work of any partners since then, and invasively looked up information and secrets on every single person who he absolutely had to deal with, deeply mining every ship hand, guard, and droid to keep the same mistake from happening again. His contacts and some old friends are trying to get him to put together a team for a special assignment. And friends are something Remy needs right now more than ever, because he knows Lyanna isn't the only agent out there. So I hope you enjoyed this little tidbit of Remy's story. Thanks for listening to this little cryptic on Remy Quindar, and can't wait to hear you guys next week.